gone for the big dive. Hamilton dives out of the way. So.
But no, Isaac's going to do it. He comes across the line to take P1 on his debut. What an amazing race. It's the battle of the late breakers, and Elite Risk gets it.
Lovely move from Scotty.
All one. Here we go, then around the outside. Oh, what a move by Elo. That is not a place to overtake.
Buddy War's not going to give us up without a good fight.
Oh dear me. Oh, and look at that. Peg Dorniak and Charlie going at it around P1. In the last corner, who's going to get the better traction? Race on the better line. It's going to be a drag race to the finish.
Good evening everybody, welcome to the Hungary for round 11 of season 10 here in 7th gear racing. We are very much at the business end of the season now. Got just 4 rounds remaining, so there's no room for error for our championship leaders. The track tonight is Hungary, as just mentioned. Plenty of drama in the previous races with changeable conditions. We have 14 turns with just the 2 DRS zones. A lot of emphasis will be on qualifying and tyre strategy tonight. So no Pete tonight, so I have jumped out of the Alfa Romeo to bring you the comms. Benched the previous winner around here last season, and there he is, overtaken Adam last season in the wet at turn 1. It will be the main overtaking opportunity tonight, and it will lead to the second DRS straight. Going into a long left-hander of turn 2. Again, hang it round the outside, try and get the better traction, or dive down the inside, as demonstrated there by Kay Gorniak a few seasons ago. Sorry if that thing was a bit laggy, or my PC is going very slow, or my connection, one or the other. But let's get to the action. Matt Fedge on a hot lap. No rain just yet. There was a small delay for the drivers to come out, so that usually indicates that there's going to be some rain at some point. So Matt Fedge, here we go, 16.1 first lap of the night. Just 16 drivers tonight, as we get to the end of the game cycle, and a matter of just a small game in the Champions League tonight. Man City versus Real Madrid usually lose a couple of drivers watching the football. So Kieran invalidated his lap. McLaren next, low McLaren. Elite Risk back on the grid again. Yeah. We're looking for a second win here. We're on board with Aros, so Zach does a 16.3. And his teammate 18.2. Obviously made a mistake somewhere. Mercedes, oh, turnover championship leader. There we go. Sets a marker down 15.7. Adam goes P5, 17.1. Icy reserving in the Williams once again, and Ogween makes it a current Mercedes 1-2 of 15.8. They lead the combined constructors, of course, in Tier 1 as well. No Red Bulls on the grid tonight, unfortunately, as Jinx did not show up, and Phillies was a no-show earlier on. So Evo goes P7, 17.4. Never say mistake on that lap, as Kieran does 16.0, goes P3. It's quite a hard track to hook up your lap, perfect lap up, especially that set 2. Tyres start overheating that elite. Can he do? Just starting a lap. Ferrari on Trey, he's about to finish, and he goes P6, 16.7. Dewey Depre back on the grid tonight after his since last season. I think we last saw him around Brazil, winning in Tier 2. Giving Tier 1 a go tonight. Let's go on board with Elite Risk. Can he lay down the challenge to the front runners? Benster goes alongside his teammate, just for 1,000ths between them. There he goes in set 2. Yellow flag ahead as one of the Alfa Romeos has run out of fuel, it seems. Dan goes P6 with 16.2. Also, but here can link round the final corner. Very tricky to get the traction down. It looks good for provisional pole one. It is 15.4. So a good anchor there for Elite. For what the cars are chasing. Lenny now starting a lap. He's giving Tier 1 a go tonight, reserving for Mr. Visions, who is in the chat. Good evening. So everybody back in the pits now, so Lenny is the next one to cross the line. Yeah, apparently 1-0 Real Madrid. Yeah, it is. We're back on board with Lenny. Just himself, Crickmit, and Dewey Depre, who seems to have some connection issues tonight. He keeps dropping in and out of the lobby. To sell a lap. So about 3/10 is the gap from Elite to Turner, which around Hungary is quite a lot. Sure that will come down later in the session, and Lenny goes P12 on his first run. Back on board Crickmit, who's invalidated. 10 minutes of the session to go, so plenty of time to get Labin or Green back out on track. 2 poles to his name this season alongside Elite and Fermsey. Both have 2 poles. And Benster, Rain, Kieran and Turner also have 1. So the qualifying sessions have been pretty close. The pole position has been shared out throughout the season. And it is most likely going to be one of the top 4 currently. Benster, Ogween, Turner, Elite. Kieran could potentially get in there, but it does seem to be between those 4 tonight. With a few other drivers missing on the grid. So let's go on board with Ogween. for a lap round the Hungary. As mentioned, Romano taking the opportunity into turn 1 to power the second DRS straight into the long left-hander before flicking right to go up the hill for the fast left-hander. Very easy to unsteady the car through there. Might see a few spins. Probably the most common place to spin on this track. Into the bumpy chicane, avoid them curves, go far right as possible to flick into the left, then right. There's a tricky sector 2, windy. Careful not to invalidate, going a little bit wide, and there we go. Well, green invalidated, millimetres too wide. Looked like he got away with it, but eventually the game gave it to him. So turn elite now gear themselves up for another lap as Adam comes in. I don't know if he improved. He's currently down to P11. Looks like Depri is back in session. Crickmit's having another go. Just Spencer and the 2 Alfa Romeos, Aros currently in as Haas narrowly gets out of the way of Evo. Now completing his lap, and he puts himself up to P11. Expect a little bit more. Trey is a 10th up on his time. He's next across the line. I won't move him anywhere because there's a fairly large gap to P8. Here he comes. Sacked by Ferrari earlier in the season. Back in the seat for tonight reserving, and he does get a bit closer. It's a bit more competitive. He's just 10th away now from P8, which is Zach. Turner is next, unless he has a Vade, which he has. And actually, Ogween decided to go for another lap. He's obviously got enough fuel, but he loses it on the final corner. And there we go, half a second down in the end. I don't know if that would have cost him provisional pole or not. 4 tenths to make up. There's someone just improved. That was Crickmit going to P10. Fenster starting a lap now. Kieran. Can he improve on a P5? Yes, he can. He goes up to P2. 2 tenths away from elite. A good lap. On the stand in, let's go on board with his teammate. Is going to give a nice little slipstream. Yes, he is. Seen these two do it earlier in the season. Wasn't the most effective slipstream down that straight, but probably a few thousandths. Every little helps. So P5 of Benson's got improved by just over half a tenth to Champ Ogween. I say that every time I come along, I do like that chicane. One of my favourites. Don't know why. I think it just looks nice. Turner, there he goes. Went for another lap. Does a 15.2, goes nearly 3 tenths clear of elite risk. Championship leader. Looking good as looks like the Crickmit and Zach come together on the final corner here. They put off Benster a little bit, lucky as a ghost. And Benster goes up to P3, jumps his teammate. 15.6. I think one of them crashed into the pit wall and may have collected one of the other. Looked like Zach was the one who crashed into the pit wall. So them two cannot improve. Aros currently back of the grid, 18.2. I'm sure this is going to be a better lap from Aros, and it is P12 for him, 16.9. Dewey Depri back of the grid now, 17.3. Lenny Adam saw it, improves, gets himself a bit closer. P12 now. Last season, had a very good race here. I don't think it worked out for him in the end. I think his tyres may have blown up. He was leading the race in wet conditions. Very dramatic race last season in Hungary, which was eventually won by Mr. Benser. It's just over 3 minutes now. A couple of cars on track, which are both on the in lap, so we'll have a check of the score. Still 1-0. So yeah, looks like Kritmit made the mistake somewhere. Apparently, well, everyone's laughing at it, so it must have been a funny one. Looking forward to that clip. So Evo is venturing out, as well as Elite and Kieran for their final runs. I say it's Kieran's abandoning. Here he is. He's in the wrong way, so Elite will be the next one. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to compete for the title this season, as he's had other commitments. Which he's been racing in WOR Legacy Division. Been watching a few of his races. Done very well in a couple of them. Yeah, from the very start of 7GR, and here he comes for another lap. Can he reclaim provisional pole here? He's got to find 2/10 on Turner as we lose Trev. He's just retired in the pit lane. May have used all his tyres already, not 100% sure, but let's see. Can Lee improve? To sector 2, and he is 10th up, but he invalidates on the fast left-hander. So he will hopefully have enough fuel in to get another lap, because the time is ticking. And so did Kieran, he invalidated as well. So 2 cars in the top 4 there, not gonna improve on their first run, but they've got a minute to get round. If they have enough fuel anyway. So here we go, final shootout. Is the AlphaTauri is going to be next. Adam leaving it very late, so 30 seconds, he should be fine. So I believe Lenny is actually the next one on a hot lap. For himself a bit out of depth in tier 1, but doing his bit for the team. See if he can improve. Can he get himself another position? He's got to find a lot of time. Doesn't improve enough. Does 17.1. Check the flags out. Aros stays in the pit and will not improve. Neither will Evo, who just crossed the line. P11 for him at best. That Dewey Depri cross the line. It is. He moves ahead of Lenny up to P15. Is that Icy next? It is Dan actually, no. It might be Icy. It is Icy, P10 for him. And Alfa Romeo next of Benster. He does not improve. He stays P3. Kieran and Lee did manage to get round again. Alguin improves to P2. Makes it a Mercedes 1-2 currently. Can Turner cement his pole? No, he's come in, so he's obviously invalidated or backed out. So Adam is next. He's got Kieran just behind. Elite could be the one to watch here for provisional pole. Kieran well, not ideal, a little bit close to Adam, but I don't think it'll affect him too much. So Adam Ross is a line, he moves up to P8, a good lap from here, and Kieran jumps his teammate. What about elite risk? He was backed out. So I think that'll be it, unless Lenny pulls something out of the bag and comes into the pits. So there we go, Turner joins Firmsy, Elite and Arguin on 2 poles this season. Will we see the Mercedes fight for position, or Green will play his part in helping Turner win and extend his championship lead? Obviously no Firmsy tonight, which obviously helps. So the next contender is Benster, but we'll have a look at the standings in just a moment. And as we run down the grid for round 11, Turner, as mentioned, second pole of the season. Mercedes front row lockout, elite risk P3 Kieran and Benster, 2 Alfa Romeos. And next Dan, P6 Matt Fedge. Didn't see much of him, but he is in P7. Adam, Zach, Trey into the top 10. ICP11, Crickmet P12, Eva P13, Aros, Jerry Depri and Lenny complete the order. So clear skies for once in Hungary. Good evening, Dylan. So let's have a look at the standings then. So Turner in the lead, 159 points. Is it going to work? Eventually it does. It's going very slow tonight, this thing. Firmsy not racing tonight, of course. So a big chance for Turner to really take hold of this championship. Ben's the closest challenger on the grid tonight. He is 28 points behind. He has finished in the points every race this season, finishing lowest at P8. And the bottom half of the top 8. Green is next, tied with Dan, Zach, having a good season. His debut season. Elite risk down at P8, who took the lead for the all-time podiums in 7GR. 35 podiums to his name. Overtakes Kieran for that stat. And it is the constructors. Mercedes 100 points ahead of Haas. They're missing the car tonight, so Alfa Romeo may jump up to P2. No Red Bulls either on the grid. So we have 1 minute to go till lights out. So another stat on the elite for the all-time leaderboards. If he manages to win tonight, he will be the first driver to score 1,000 points in the league. I'm sure he'll end up with that stat anyway before the end of the season. But a win here tonight will get him that milestone. As drivers now can ready up. What's happened in the other game? AC Milan That's tomorrow. Right, 10 seconds. Whoops. Here we go then. For round 11, season 10. Mercedes front row lockout and it's 5 lights. And away we go. Looks a decent start from the leader, Turner. So trying to get a good camera angle into turn 1. Looks like Ogween bogged down a little bit. Got elite risk and Benster, Kieran, sorry, down the inside up to P2. As he bumps Ogween out of the way and elite risk getting involved as well. Benster forced wide. He is down to P. Well, he's up. Stays P5. Sorry, Adams had a good start. Looks like no spinners in the first few corners, but Aros has dropped down a couple of places at the back there. So it's still Turner keeps his lead. Kieran had a good start up the inside of Ogween under turn 1, late risk. Also getting overtaken by Kieran as we head into the chicane for the first time tonight, and already Turner 1.2 seconds in the lead. He's been on fire in the recent races. 4 wins this season and looking good. 5 as Dan gonna go down the inside of Adam up to P6. Good move. Let's have a look at the tyre strategies as we complete lap 1. Turner on the mediums, that's why he's so quick. Both Mercedes going for the mediums as Zach joins his Alpine teammate down the back there as we had a flag as Ogween pulls out to go down the inside of Kieran to try and reclaim the 1-2 for Mercedes. But again, these two on the medium tyres, so they have to make it count as there's no spinner, and that is Matt Veg. May have lost it on exit. Oh, there's a leak risk going very wide there at turn 4. We'll give Benster some encouragement. Let's have a look. A little bits. Straight up to P8. He's on all over the back of Adam. Quick Mitt and Icy complete the top 10 for the points. Matt Veg struggling there as he got damage. Yes, he has no wing for Adam. Matt Veg, sorry, and Trey has had a spin as well. So 2 Mercedes out in the lead. 1.6 seconds. And as you would imagine, they would be stretching this gap with the medium tyres, but the race might come back to Kieran Elite, Benster, Dan, all on the medium tyres. There's DRS enabled now. Will we have it for the second straight? No. So next lap we'll have some DRS action as the top 5 starting to get away from the rest of the pack. Dan using a fair bit of battery so far, as well as Adam. Not a track you gain your ERS back too easily. And that Veg forced to go onto the mediums. He was in the pit for a long time. He's only just now exiting. Lenny holding his own at the minute. P12 for him. He has been hunted down by the 2 Alpines. As Team Mercedes stretch their gap even further, it really tells in sector 2 where all the grip is. Big risk. He has the DRS on Kieran. It looks a bit far away this time round. As we have a first taste of DRS, no one really close enough to make a move. Evo closing in on Dewey Depri, who's got himself into the points. see what kind of exit Evo has it. Not longer straight to make an overtake. All about the exit on turn 1. Got Lily just behind. He's using a lot of battery to try and keep up with the tier 1 boys. You'll be pleased tonight. He's a winner of our giveaway for F1 23. So if he's a winner tonight already. So can Elite Risk get any closer this time, as Queen has closed the gap to his teammate slightly. So here we go in. 5 tenths again. Very difficult to overtake around Hungary, especially it's hard to stay close around that long right-hander. Again, not close enough. The battle for P10 is heating up. Aros in the background there, looking to make a move. Lenny goes defensive, but Eva down the inside of Duri Depri takes P10, and he is underfueled by the looks of things. There's the red light on the bottom there. Maybe something to watch. I would imagine this track eats up a bit of fuel, so Eva might have to manage his fuel later on. He's got 2-second gap now to Icy, who's a bit low in there, 2 seconds either side. There's 2 Mercedes. Look at that difference in tyres around here. Dropped Kieran by 3.5 seconds now. I was just right on board Benson. Let's see ERS levels. Benson playing it smart, playing the long game, keeping his ERS nice and high. It's very difficult to get exit out of the final corner, and this could be the story for the rest of the race. The DRS train. Duri Depri going to be struggling to hold on to that P10 now. He's out of ERS, and he'll be under attack from Lenny, also out of ERS. So 2 Alpines looking to make their way through. Trey, after his spin, is also now at the back, and poor Matt Veg 34 seconds behind after losing his front wing on lap 2. He will be praying for that safety car, and Ogween has caught up to Turner now. Used all his battery to do so. Maybe just to be dragged along with the DRS. The battle for P3 currently. Kieran Elite in the Alfa Romeo sandwich. As we head into lap 7. These 3 will be thinking about a long game as well. They don't want to spend a lot of time battling. Now the 2 Mercedes are on the alternative strategy. I think they'll be content just driving around. Maybe Elite Risk. Maybe one to get past because he may feel he has a better pace compared to Kieran. We'll see how this plays out when the pit stops come. Not sure what the strategy is around here, how long the mediums will last. But Hungary has always been a bit of a tyre muncher, so we shall see. There's Dan. Adam on the medium as well. He's on a good race so far. Crickmit trying to keep up. As now, yep, Evo 2 seconds clear of Dura Depri now, who's now actually holding up Lenny. And Lenny might have a go at it. He hasn't got much ERS. We've got Arrows behind. Also trying to make a move around the outside. He's got to be careful not to break into the Aston Martin. He goes a bit deep. Avoids contact, which is the main thing. And now Zach looking to get past as well. Final ball with Zach. He's also under fuel this race. Two Alpines definitely being held up here by Lenny and Dura Depri. See how this one unfolds. We'll go back. Let's check on the leaders again. Hungary will just be recharging zero, so these two are not going to fight. Just going to be trying to put consistent laps in. They are getting away from Kieran each lap. It's Kieran starting to empty his battery now, 27%. So Elite Race may be sensing an opportunity soon. Yeah, Lenny managed to overtake Dura Depri, not quite. There's looks like Trey now involved in this battle once again. He's caught back up. I think he made a mistake a couple of laps ago. But I think this is the battle for P11. It's the best battle on track right now. Trey going a bit wide. That'll be yeah, track limit warning. A few cars getting a bit squiggly up ahead. Oh, Trey nearly goes to the back of Zach there. Had to slam on the brakes. Lost a little bit of time. Back on board with Zach, who is on the hard tyre. Racing all these medium runners, so he'll be a bit frustrated here. He's got a better pace. No change again at the front. Let's see, can Lenny get a good run this time? He managed to charge a bit of battery as well as Depri has. Look at Aros. Now it's eager. Nearly went into the back of Dura Depri, but here comes Lenny down the inside. Not going to be able to make the move. Depri goes a bit deep though, and Aros going to go for the switch back on both of them. Can't get the power down, and spins up the rears and loses a bit of traction. His eyes lit up there, as there may have been a bit of contact as the camera went off, and looks like Zach going to take the position, is he, or is Aros going to fight his teammate? He is like, no thank you, I'm going to keep this position. There's a yellow flag up ahead. That's Evo. He's had a spin. It's an odd place to spin that far up the hill. I don't think he was batting anyone. Not 100% sure. Lenny's picked up apparently. So both rise at the back, and Zach gets a 5-second time penalty for ignoring your flag, which is a bit unfair. I think that was on Evo as he rejoined the track. But unfortunately can't do nothing about that. But Elite Risk getting very close here, and there we go, 3 wide into turn 3 as Kieran loses 2 places. A bit of contact between himself and Elite. Elite Risk manages to keep it going as Benster takes full advantage, goes up to P3 now. But Elite Risk still in that sandwich, and Elite, we said Kieran was struggling for pace compared to Elite a little bit, and there we go, 8% battery. Elite Risk tried to take advantage, but Benster will sit behind him with a full tank ready to pounce on any opportunity he got, and he took it. And with the more battery, you feel now he's going to be the one to get away from Elite and potentially start closing the gap on the two Mercedes. I think Trey has had a spin once again. Ferrari's not having a good time as usual. Yeah, Kieran struggling for ERS's 0% going into turn 1. Yep, battle for P3 looking good. Maybe for the lead later on, as here back for P10 now. It's Aros right on the back of Lenny. He's been knocking at the door for the last few laps, and this time he has got the move done as ahead of the AlphaTauri. An Elite risk picking up the penalty, which could be vital at the end. So Zach next in line to overtake the AlphaTauri. Going to try around the outside. Lenny a bit slow through there. And Trey into the pits. Yes, Matt Veg off the bottom there. A bit of a squirm from Zach or Lenny, so he went off the camera. I think it was Zach, so again he struggled with the rear. A check on the leaders, they are 6.2 seconds, the gap stayed the same this lap though, so Pencer clearly had the better pace there, and the ERS, as he will start defending now. His battery will be slowly going down, but Elite Risk will have to recharge, as well as Kieran. Dan having a bit of a lonely race in P6. Crickmit is joined by Adam. Icy having a lonely one in P9. There's some action at the back here at turn 1. Aros is past Duri Depri behind Lenny and Zach going side by side. Duri Depri trying to fight back around the outside, going to go for the switcheroo. Aros covers off, and Lenny also holds on for P12. Evo, that spin earlier. We'll have a nice view of this. And Lenny's doing a fantastic job. No ERS. In the tier above. I don't know if he's got his wheel back or not, but either way he's done a good race here. These medium tyres will start to go off. The gap has increased again by 3/10 now. There are some clouds in the sky. I wonder if there is some rain coming. Hungary always provides us some drama with the weather, as again this in action for P10 here. Zach and Lenny side by side again going into turn 3. Or 2. And this time Zach is finally ahead, and he put up a valiant fight. Now got Evo going to try and make the move down the inside. He's going to be brave going through there, but he gets the move down before the corner, and he's smart enough not to fight that one. Now Zach will try and line up Duri Depri, and Aros has dropped him by nearly 2 seconds for that final point position. Go back for the battle for P3. It's just a bit of a stalemate between these three. It has been for most of the race. And looking at the bigger picture, trying to catch two Mercedes when they switch to the medium tyres. Good evening, Jinx. I just saw a message, something like you fell asleep or something. So Aros is the first pit stop alongside Lenny to go onto the hard tyres. Well, now Kieran's picked up a penalty. There's some more battling going on for P10 as I was catching the back end of this one into turn 1. And Zach is round the outside there of Duru Defri. Good racing. Zach now into the points. Yeah, the gap has definitely slowed down now to the leaders since Spencer took that P3. Could be tyre wear though. The mediums are now starting to feel a bit ropey. Desperately trying to keep up with the DRS there, as Adam is the next medium runner to pit. Says I have to split their strategy a little bit. Who will come in first, Turner or Ogween? I'd probably say Ogween, and it will probably give Turner a good idea where he'll come out. So Adam rejoins the race in P12. As again, I've got the back end of a battle with P10. And they side by side. I can't see. There they are. Duru Deppy round the outside. Can he hold it? Either going to give him a squeeze on the outside. Gives him plenty of room, and Duru Deppy's got the inside line for turn 3. It's going to go side by side up the hill. I think Evo's got this corner. But Defri hanging around on the outside. A tiny bit of contact knocks Duru Deppy a little bit sideways, and actually Turner, the leader, has come in. Good racing between those two there, as Kieran now pits as well. So on going with the hard tyres for Turner. And is he going to get some clean air? I don't think he is. He's going to come out in between or just behind Crickmit. Yeah, behind Crickmit in P6. I've got a warm up tyres. Ice up to P7. Again rejoins in P8. And look how far Zach has dropped even on Duru Deppy after them two scrapping that lap. So we have a little bit of a break in battles while strategies come back together. Elite Risk and Benson the closest on track right now. Yeah, that's fine, Jinx. Yellow flag though, and that is Dan, who is running very nicely all by himself. Net P6 as it were, he's going to let his teammate through. So he tries to warm up his tyres. Nope, they're going to go side by side. Dan does eventually give it up. These two continue, Elite Risk and Benster. Ogwee still a bit of pace on them tyres at the top there. See Turner pushing hard on these hard tyres now. See how fast he gets past Crickmit, or will he get held up as Dan now repass his teammate. And Kieran on the medium tyres now, dive down the inside, wasting no time against the William drivers. He is in the battle with Elite Risk and Benster. It will be held up here by our two Williams. As now you can see in the background there, 1.1 seconds. Turner away from Crickmit. And let's see if Ogween will come into the pits now. Yes, he will. So Benster will take the lead of the race. I just thought it was a very early pit stop from Kieran, wasn't it? He was on the hard tyres. So Turner has the DRS here. It's Jake on comes. And there is Ogwin coming out pits. Rejoins where he was, just behind his teammate, but this time they have Aston Martin yet the pit, holding them up. And quick mitt. Turner, because they don't try around the outside just yet. Don't want to ruin your race. But look at him pushing quick mitt around it. And he's got to follow him all the way through Sec 2 unless he manages to find a gap from somewhere. Turner and Ogwin going to be losing a fair chunk of time behind this Aston Martin here. Quick mitt's got quite a bit of battery as well to defend if he really wants to. But Turner down inside of the long left-hander hairpin, lovely move. But quick mitt will get the DRS back on him and might even fancy fighting the team Mercedes here. And he's not going to burn, he's just going to race the same race as Elite Risk has pitted. And looks like he's going to join behind Kieran and potentially Dan as well. Yep, just behind Dan or just in front. Elite Risk got to be careful on these cold tyres. Downside. He's going to give us up. He's not going to be racing Elite after having that spin anyway. So Kieran's got a nice little jump here, pitting 3 laps early compared to Elite, and he might even get his teammate as well. So Turner is in clean air now, but it'll be interesting to see how much time two Mercedes have lost after being stuck behind quick mitt for a lap. But Spencer comes in now for his pit stop. And I think Team Mercedes comfortably ahead, but we'll see the gap. There's also quick mitt comes in, so just Dewey, Depri, Zach, Dan yet to pit. So Mercedes retake the lead, and actually, we say Kieran now up to P3, got that undercut on Elite Risk and Benster, but Benster gets ahead of Elite Risk, and that was key. 2 Alfa Romeos now ahead of Elite, and well, there you go, 5.5 seconds. So well, that's Kieran's undercut. So gap hasn't really changed to Benster to the leaders. But these guys now on the medium tyres and 14 laps to go. We'll see if that gap closes down. There's battle for P6 now. Evo yet to pit. Trying to hold off Adam there, but Adam with the much grippier tyres around the outside goes up to P6. Drew Jeffrey also yet to pit. He's in P9. Dan is now P10 after his spins, so he'll be net P8 as things stand. Enjoy the rare helicopter view. Oh, some action at the top. I think Benster is just let through there by Kieran. We'll see Benster with plenty more ERS and fresher tyres. Kieran's job now is just to keep Elite away, and Benster can try and hunt down these two Mercedes. 6 seconds. A bit of a big ask, but you never know. Evo comes in. Two Mercedes have been very good so far. But hopefully we'll see that gap come down, and we'll see a battle for the lead. So Drew Depri laughed of the runners. The only car who has not pitted and well, he was having a battle with Aros. And already now all at back as Elite Risk has managed to get past Kieran. 3 lap fresher tyres. And so sets the fastest lap, and the gap has come down by 4/10 that lap. And judging by that, we might see a battle for the lead as Kieran makes a big dive down the inside. Avoids contact, and Elite Risk has managed to get better traction and will stay P4. This is a on-track battle. Both of these guys have penalty. Drew Deppy now comes in to the pits. That promotes Icy now into the points, and he has hunted down Aros. And that is no longer a battle on track because Kieran's picked up another time bounty. So 6 seconds now for Kieran. So 16 seconds back to Crickmit, so he should be fine for top 5 finish. Yeah, that gap is coming down rapidly. Benson is on the charge. Winner last time out round here, as mentioned earlier. Looking for his 2nd win around Hungary in a row. And there he is in the background now. I think we are going to see a little bit of a battle for the race win. As Kieran comes into the pits. 6 seconds worth of penalties and a change of wing, is it? No change of wing. He's retired from the session. What's he done that for? Going to run P5. So now Crickmit up to P5. Sure, Benster won't be too happy with that one. Unless he had to shoot off, who knows? Anyway, other cars will take it. Crickmit P5 now. Adam, Dan, Aros, Icy, and Zach is the new top 10. Benson now 3.3 seconds behind Elite Risk. No Kieran to deal with anymore, so he can start putting some lap ins. There's not too many on track battles. Icy on the back of Aros. Trey on the back of Lenny. I think we'll have to wait for some action until Benster catches the leaders. What's now Man City 1-1. Game on in the Champions League. Icy has the DRS and Aros. And light is flashing, so Icy will be sensing a move here. The fresh tyres, more ERS. What about Trey? Can he get past Lenny? He's been involved in some good battles tonight. Trey goes round the outside, Lenny goes defensive. Trey going to try to switch back. Can he get the traction? Oh, he's got slightly better traction. He's going to try around the outside again. Terrible camera work in that corner. So we'll go on board. Trey, no ERS. Can't get past us that. 2.3 seconds is gap to the leaders. Oh, and Debris has disconnect. Trey still on the back of Lenny. Battle for P12. Actually, a movement up top here as Dan gets past Adam or P7. Now Dan will be looking to create a little bit of a gap for that time penalty to cement that P6. Crickmit very lonely there. P5 got 22 seconds between the leaders. Spencer edging ever closer every lap. And he's going to have a few laps to attempt to get past the Mercedes. Not going to be easy. We'll see. These two will be charging the ERS the last few laps. And they'll be making it as hard as possible for Benster. And when it's sub out, Elite Risk might join the party. But he's got a time penalty, so unlikely he'll get a podium tonight, but we might see a bit of late drama. Icy still looking to get past Aros. I'll have another go here, but little ERS. Elite Risk picks up another time penalty, so that pretty much confirms there's P4. See a Trey passes Lenny before we head back to the front, because Benson is now within DRS range just about. I think Dury Debris' AI is pitted again. Trey couldn't quite get the power down there, so let's go to the front, because Benson has now joined the battle for the lead. He was in DRS, he made a mistake late into sector 3, so he won't be able to get DRS this lap. And there's Dury Debris disconnect again, so lucky for Benson, he should pass the AI of Dury Debris this lap before the DRS, so Aros pit again. Moves Icy up to P8 and up to P9 as well. So will it be the sauce? Will it be a wing change? Aros going for just a 2-stop. He did pit quite early. So on go to softs, he'll be going for the fastest lap. But he's going to have 2 cars overtake, because Trey now down the inside of Lenny. And he finally gets the move done, it seems. I'm not sure why Aros pitted that. Was comfortably in the points. But now has, well, 3 cars overtake before he gets back into the points, so I'm not 100% sure on that strategy there. As there you go, Benson did get with DRS this time. Dury Debris is now back in the lobby, and there'll be a little bit of annoyance to Benson now, but should be able to pass him. But will be a bit annoying. Lap car getting in the way. He doesn't. Well, actually, he does have to get out of the way. He's in the way for more than 3 corners, and he hasn't got the pace. He hasn't got a clear pace advantage to the other cars. He has to get out of the way. It's affecting the lead battle here. I'm sure Benson will be able to clear him soon. Oh, there we go, Dury Debris now getting out of the way into the pits. If he's going to retire, I don't know why he didn't just back out and then do it. If he is going to retire. So Benson has 5 laps to get past the Mercedes if he wants the race win. Dan did pass Crickmit at some point during the race, and we said a few of these guys got low fuel or under fuel at the start. Crickmit is one of them. Evo was another. Let's check on his fuel. Yeah, he's still got a red light, so sack another one. They may have to save some fuel at some point in the next 5 laps. So let's keep an eye on the battle for the lead then. Been waiting for it for a few laps. There's been Mercedes out in front all race. And then Kieran overtaking Ogween into turn 1. But Ogween soon managed to get that back on the medium tyre. But now the strategies are switched. And this is the first real chance Benson's got at overtaking at least one of the Mercedes here. I think it's going to be very difficult. Two Mercedes have managed the ERS fairly well. So Benson at this point will probably just be hoping for a mistake up front, because obviously Ogween getting the DRS from Turner. Turner's not going to attack his teammate. There's some action at the back there. Turn 1, let's have a quick look. Zach and Icy side by side into turn 2 to go. But Zach will take P8. Alf got past Trey at some point as well. No soft tyres, but has a 3.6 second gap to Evo. Evo's got a penalty, so Aris might get a point in the end. But here we go again. It's a little bit closer this time, but straight is not going to be long enough. Can we get the power down? We got a flag, and that is Adam. Running well in P7. Now down to P9. Spencer putting the pressure on the two Mercedes. Look at Ogween, burnt quite a lot of DRS to keep behind. Got 3 laps to go to keep Spencer behind. Leatress not really making any inroads. Been struggling with ERS since he went on to the mediums. Crickmet doing a good job of hanging on to the back of Dan. Good for a P5, which might be his best result this season. Still a few laps to go, right? Yellow flag, and it is Evo. Wing damage. Or Evo, and now Arrows back into the points. Bad luck for Evo again, as now Lenny will try and take advantage. Careful of the understeer, which he is. Again up front, Benster getting close, but not close enough. He hasn't got the battery anymore. Ooh, I usually picked up the time penalty. I thought that was going to be one of the front 3. Obviously should be fine though. 6 second gap back to Adam. We'll keep an eye on the battle now for the lead for the rest of the race, unless anything else happens. They've got a couple of battles at the back here. Lenny trying to get past Evo, but Evo's going to come in for a wing change, I would imagine. I'm going to even repeat Al's work. Oh, Leatress picks up another time penalty. Not that it's going to affect the result. 30 seconds back to Dan. Evo has actually stayed out, so there might be a little bit of action at the back here. But here comes Spencer again. Just doesn't have the battery, not enough. And I think Spencer's given it his all on the track, which is difficult to overtake. The Mercedes has looked like they've hit the good strategy here. Obviously helps having teammate working together to keep the car behind, but as I spin at Zach and Lenny, Lenny too late for a safety car now, but Lenny's had a good race tonight. He's gone toe to toe with a few tier 1 drivers. And yeah, Pete representing Visions tonight and replicating Visions position, and his DNF as well. Pretty much last chance now for Benster, and he's not going to be close enough unless there's a big mistake from the two Mercedes. It's going to be a 1-2. Another yellow flag. I think it is Adam, or was Adam. That Veg is finally going to get some action after being at the back of the grid the whole race after spinning on lap 2. Get him some stream time to try and surpass the Ferrari. As Zach, did he get damaged from that? He's dropped down to P10 now. Oh, he's run out of fuel. We talked about the fuel, but luckily... Oh, actually he's got to do another lap, hasn't he? Has he got to do another lap? So Zach's not going to finish in the point. Trey will take that, and also Evo's might run out of fuel as well, but here come the leaders around the final hairpin. Well, the second of last hairpin, should I say. Benson's had a good effort, and he'll probably be pleased with the podium, but a bit disappointed at the same time. Turner will extend his championship lead. Very good performance from the two Mercedes and Benster. Elite Risk will finish P4. 30 seconds to the next car, and Dan still got Quick Mick for companies. Quick Mick run out of fuel. Look at Zach dropping down the order. Still running out of fuel. He must have fuel by a good lap and a half. So Quick Mick, a good race from him. I think that may be his best result of the season. P5 for Quick Mick. Dan will finish P6. His teammate IC P7, picking up good points for Williams. Adam had a quiet race, but a fairly decent one. It would have been better without that spin, of course. Aros, a bit of a strange strategy to pit again, but he will score a couple of points. Trey will pick up a point for Ferrari. Matt Veg had a spin on lap 2, never got involved really. Evo will come round with wing damage to finish P12, and here comes Zach with no fuel. Last of the finishers. He's also been involved in a few good battles today. And there we are, round 11. Of tier 1 complete. Aros gets driver of the day, but I'll look in a minute. I think it's hard to look away from Taylor. It's led from start to finish pretty much. Some Mercedes cementing their tier 1 constructors title, looking good for them now, as it has been all season, and also in the combined as well. Turner extends his championship lead and is surely now going to be 7GR Tier 1 Drivers Champion. Ogween completes the double podium. 1-2 for Mercedes. Picks up another podium and the fastest lap. Elite Risk P4, Crickmit P5, Dan P6, Icy P7, Adam P8, Aros and Trey are the top 10. Matt Fetcher will finish P11, Evo P12, Zach P13, Duru Debris P14, Lenny and Kieran. The best battle of the race will probably between those guys at the back, and there's a fairly entertaining one. Not a great deal of action at the front, but there was plenty of battles in the midfield and near the back that keep us entertained. So Thursday, same track again. Tier 2 will be continuing their title battle. I think Paloma is the lead. I can't actually remember, but it is pretty tight in Tier 2. I'll be on the comms once again for Tier 2 on Thursday. Tier 1 will be at Australia next week for the final sprint race of the season, and it is going to probably be the last chance someone can lay down or pull back some points in the championship fight with them extra points up for grabs. So we shall see you, well, I'll see you again on Thursday for Tier 2. Thank you for watching and good night. How long did it stay? Gone for this big dive. Hamilton dives out of the way.
But no, Isaac's going to do it. He comes across the line to take P1 on his debut. What an amazing race. It's the battle of the late breakers, and Elite Risk gets it.
Oh, lovely move from Scotty.
All one, look, here we go, then around the outside. Oh, what a move by Eno. That is not a place to overtake.
Buddy War's not going to give us up without a good fight.
Oh dear me. Oh, and look at that. Peg Dornack and Charlie going at it. Run on. Off over the last corner, who's going to get the better traction, race for the better line. It's going to be a drag race to the finishing line.
Gone for this big dive. Hamilton dives out of the way.
But no, Isaac's going to do it. He comes across the line to take P1 on his debut. What an amazing race. It's the battle of the late breakers, and Elite Risk gets it.
Lovely move from Scotty.
All one, look, here we go, then around the outside. Oh, what a move by Eno. That is not a place to overtake.
Buddy War's not going to give us up without a good fight.
Oh dear me. Oh, and look at that. Peg Dornack and Charlie going at it. Run on. side by side to the last corner. Who's going to get the better traction? Race on the better line. It's going to be a drag race to the finishing line.